Have you ever felt overwhelmed trying to pick the perfect podcast hosting site? See, I've been there. I've beat my brain trying to figure out which site I wanted to use in order to host my podcast. Now, today I'm going to break down some of the best platforms of 2025. Some that if you're out there trying to start a podcast, or even if you have a podcast and you want to get into some of the tactics and understanding some of the algorithms and analytics that these podcast host sites have, then this video is definitely for you. See, it's all about saving money. It's all about crushing your goals for your podcast. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to help you save a little bit of money. We're going to try to crush them goals. And we are going to make sure that you understand some of these sites can help you start with no money, and some of them cost. So by the end of this video, if you stay tuned, we're going to put these platforms to the test. I want you to put these platforms to the test. I've already put them to the test. I want you to put these platforms to the test and see what you find out to be your ultimate champion. It doesn't hurt to try, but I want you to understand. I want you to dive deep, and I want you to figure it out. All right, y'all stay tuned. So look, let's jump into this. We got to. I want to make sure that you understand that some of these hosting sites can make or break you. So without no further ado, we're gonna talk about not the winner, but we're gonna talk about which one of these sites might fit your budget, might fit your needs. Everything that you need to do, it might be right there for you. So let's talk about the contenders. So first up, we're gonna talk about the contenders. We've got 5 podcast heroes, hosting heroes. We've definitely got 5 of them. Okay, we got 5 straight up, no cut to the chaser heroes that we want to talk about. So those 5 are Buzzsprout, Podbean, Anchor, Transistor, and Captivate. All right. So these platforms are like the Avengers of podcasting. They each have their differences, but yet still they're powerful enough to get the job done. So let's talk about Buzzsprout. They're all about simplicity. Simple as all outdoors. It's a clean design, amazing analytics, and even the magic mastering for their audio is stupendous. Now, I've tried it out. And it makes your podcast have a clean feel to it. Okay. Sometimes you want to make sure you have a clean feel. You want to be crystal clear. You don't want to be sounding like you muffled or anything like that. You want it to be clear. This Buzzsprout is your personal butler for podcasting. I'm gonna say that it's your personal butler for podcasting. And so, knowing that, this could be the one for you. Okay. Now, next up, we're gonna talk about Podbean. Podbean is for the creators. It's for those out there who want to create. See, for me personally, I think that every business should have a podcast. Why? Because it's free. It's a free way to advertise your business, your product, your services. So Podbean is for creators who want to make money from day one. You got ad opportunities. You got even premium subscriptions. It's like the ka-ching. It's like, you know how you go to the casino and you pull the slot and you get all your little coins or whatever in a row. You match them up. That's what this is, man. That's what Podbean is. Podbean is the ka-ching, the moneymaker of each one. Next up, we're going to talk about Anchor. Anchor is free. Spotify owns Anchor. So if you want to get on one of the best streaming platforms, go with Anchor. It's free. If you're on a budget, you go with Anchor. It's free. But it's so simple for a person to use Anchor and to start. It's so easy. It's one of those things that is just easy enough for you to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to use Anchor. I get to start for free. And the platform itself is not as bad. All right. So that's what you want to do. Go with Anchor. I'm telling you, Anchor is one of those platforms for the beginner. And that's what you need. You need the beginner. So you want to get your stuff situated. You want to get it out there. You want to get out there quick. You want to learn as you go. Start out with Anchor. All right. And I'm just telling you that because I started with Anchor and I've moved on to a different one. It's not on this list. I love it, but it's just not one of the top ones in their book or anybody else's book when I did my research. My book, I love my channel host site. It's Red Circle. So it's just a bonus one I'm going to throw out the Red Circle. Analytics is great. I love it because it tells me exactly how many downloads I have, where they're downloading from, what operating system, and most of these do, but I just love Red Circle. It was suggested to me by a gifted podcaster, and I'm taking it and I'm doing my thing with it. And I'm suggesting it to you just as well. Now, another one is called Transistor. Transistor is the Iron Man. It's sleek, it's professional, it's perfect if you're scaling or managing multiple shows. The thing of it is, if you have a ton of shows, say you have, for me, I was into the multiple shows, but I want to focus on one, so I just kind of scaled it back. If you have, like me, the Solopreneur Chronicles podcast, I had the Diary of an Entrepreneur, which I turned into the Solopreneur Chronicles. I had the 9 to 5 Kickers. I had The Cutting Edge. All of these was different podcasts with different niches that I wanted to have, but yet and still, I had multiple shows. Now, I could have used Transistor. Transistor would have been easy for me to manage. Each one of them on one site. The one thing I love about each and every one of these, before I get into the last one, is they're simple enough. You want to find a hosting site that will help you get to all the major platforms without no problem, i.e. Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music, Amazon Music. There are a ton of others out there that this is uploaded to, but your main ones are those ones that I just named. And then last but not least, Captive. Now, it's designed to help you grow. Enough said. If you start out with Anchor and you want to get to the point, it's like a business. Podcasting is a business. All right. So if you start out with Anchor and you feeling stuck in the mud, move your show over to Captive. Once you move your episodes over to Captive, it helps you grow. It's your personal trainer. It's always pushing you to do better. That's what Captive does. I've done my research. I've logged into a couple of them. I just wanted to see what everything was about. And so that's how you figure out. Those are the 5 superheroes in podcasting that you should automatically know about. Now, before we go any further, I want you to do this. Jump on over to Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast.com and join the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter. Each and every Sunday, we will send out a newsletter to you with some practical tips about 6 things that we discuss, we talk about, we write about. We talk about a podcast, and we talk about social media growth, business growth, personal growth, a mindset, monetizing your knowledge, time, productivity, all of that. We talk about that. This can help you enhance your business as a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a minority solopreneur as well. So jump on over, Solopreneur Chronicles Podcast.com, join the newsletter, and let's start building that community. It's about building that community, and that's what we want to do. Now, let's talk about some breakdowns here real quick. We've talked the features. We know now we need to know which one you want to pick. Let's say this, all right? Buzzsprout has analytics that are next level. They track your downloads, give you the location, devices, every time of the day. Even the time of the day, every time that somebody does it, it gives you where they're from, what time they did it. And it basically, it's like driving a Lamborghini, but you want the features of a Tesla. And listen, it integrates with all the major directories. See, then you have Podbean. Podbean has unlimited storage. It's a built-in marketplace. So think about it. It's unlimited storage. It has a built-in marketplace. This is where I told you earlier. You want to jump into it, this is where you start. You want to make money quick, Podbean is where it's at. The marketplace, it's unreal. It even helps you host live shows. So then you think about this when you got Anchor. Anchor's free. There's no budget, no problem. You ain't got no money? Start with Anchor. You got a little bit of money? You want to use it for something? Start with Anchor. It's free. And it directly connects to Spotify. So you've already eliminated one of the main issues that's trying to get onto Spotify. Now the analytics side ain't a little suspect, but sometimes this is starting out. You have to crawl before you can walk, before you can run. Transistor. Now again, if you want to host multiple platforms, podcasts on multiple platforms, Transistor is your BFF. I'm telling you, it's your BFF. It's just what you need. It's exactly what you need. The multiple show management tools, man, they're incredible. They're unbelievable. Just want to check it out, man. Everything that I'm telling you is a suggestion that you go check out. And then Captive gives you your growth focus features like call to action links and marketing tools. Now, this is like having that secret weapon, that secret sauce to help you get to that point to where you can start growing, you can start monetizing, you can start doing everything you need to do. Now, so before we get out of here, I want to tell you like this. All right, we're going to rank them from the 5 super Avengers, the super friends, the Justice League, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna rank them from worst to best. And I'm not saying worst, I'm saying from 5 to 1. Okay, so number 5 is Anchor. It's free. We already talked about that. Number 4 is Podbean. Great for monetization. The design feels a bit clunky, but hey, it's up there. Number 3 is Transistor. It's amazing for your scaling. Period. You want to scale, Transistor is where you want to be at. Number 2 is Captive. Powerful growth tools, but let me say this, but it's a steeper learning curve. Okay, sometimes you can get into these things and it's hard to understand some of these platforms. And then number 1, by far on this list, Buzzsprout is the number 1. It's the total package. It's like Lex Luger. It's like it gives you everything. It's user friendly, powerful analytics, and it's affordable. So there you have it. That's how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna roll. Now, once you decide that that's what you want to do, the features is side by side. Here's what I need you to do: test drive 2 of them. Test drive 3 of them. Pick the one that works for you. See, a lot of people want to tell you where they want you to go to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you, pick the one that you feel comfortable. But understand this. Sometimes Anchor, being free, it approves things in record time. Buzzsprout crushes it with the cleanest analytics and has the most listeners. So weigh the pros and the cons of everything that you want to do and choose the one that fits best with you. All right. Now, do us a favor. Once you figure out which one you want to use, come back to the video and leave us a comment below. And that way you made the decision without being influenced by any of us. All right. Now, so there you have it. Top 5 Dead or Alive podcast and hosting sites. If by any chance you are looking for more simplicity, go with Buzzsprout. You want monetization? You got Podbean. That's your go-to. And if you want growth, Captive is your secret weapon. Now it's your turn. Pick your platform, start your podcast. The key is start. Don't just sit there, start, and make your voice be heard, all right? Now don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow us over on Apple Music and Spotify. That's the podcast. Solopreneur Chronicles podcast is over on these particular channels, all right? So with that being said, check out the website, solopreneurchroniclespodcast.com. Join the newsletter. And let's build a podcast empire together, okay? I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.